Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are going to be talking about leadership in practice. My name is Adedamola Olabisi Adegbuyi. My student ID is 103-99703. Our leader that we're going to be introducing today is Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, and is also the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America. Donald Trump was born into a family of a billionaire father. His father is a billionaire real estate mogul in New York, in downtown New York, where he built apartment complexes. And that is where Donald Trump learned how to become a real estate mogul. Donald Trump, and also we will be discussing about two leadership practice when we are dealing with Donald J. Trump. The first one is the trait theory, and the second one is the transactional style of leadership. Now, the trait theory says that leadership are born and they are not made. That leaders are born with an innate ability to become a leader. That it is impossible for you to be a leader without not being born with it. And also, transactional leader style of Donald Trump is that he uses different ways of reward and punishment to do what? To deal with his workers. And the aim of our presentation today is to analyze this style of leadership and also to critique it in any different type of way so that we could understand how these leadership structures, how they work, and the leadership concept and how they work, and also to know where this type of leaders draws their power, the source of their power, where they draw it from, how they are able to influence people through their leadership skills. And also we are going to be reflecting back on how these models has helped me in developing different style of leadership and dealing with people also. Now, when we're talking about the trait theory, the trait theory says that man, a leader, is born with an innate ability to become a leader. That it is impossible for you to be a leader if you are not born with that trait. And the traits are multiple. Example of trait of leadership in great man theory is being charismatic, is being resilient, is also having courage and being brave enough to to stand up to situation. And this comes from the 16th 17th century because leaders of those days are princes, they are kings, they are warriors. So you cannot be a king or a prince if you are not born into a royal family. You cannot be a noble if you are not born into the family of generals. If you are not born to the family of knights, that's how you become a noble. And that is why this theory is very, very prevalent in the 17th and 16th and 18th century. Now, Donald Trump has this trait because he was born into the family of a well-established family of billionaires. So he has those traits, and those traits were born with him. He has been charismatic since when he was young, and he has been very resilient since when he was young. So this theory really fits him. And the second theory we are going to be discussing about is the transactional way of leadership. The characteristics and the ways that this theory really works is that it is a means of leadership through transaction, through forcing people to do stuff, through reward and punishment, through organizational structure. And this kind of leader loves structure. They depend so much on structure, and that is how they are able to control all their people. And they use the style called authoritarian style of leadership. and it's and the and the leadership structure, the organization structure that they really prefer is the pyramid style of leadership, where the box always stops with him. And also, this style of leadership is very, very, very fitting to a leader like Donald J. Trump. It is extremely fitting to him because everything that when we're talking about Donald Trump, transactional style of leadership fits him. It does nothing but transact. Quid pro quo, give and take. But everything he does is more about taking from people. It tells you to do something. If you don't do it, it punishes you for it. If you do, it promotes you for it. And it's also famous for a a TV program called The Apprentice, and the program runs for 15 years, where he was known for the world that you are fired. If you are a little bit incompetent, he's going to fire you. And that is the way he deals with his employees and his followers. He's extremely charismatic, so he's able to control his followers to follow him. He's able to convince even the naysayers just to follow him. And now Donald Trump is also a politician. He's also the business leader. So he draws his power from, he has a legitimate source of power. And through his source of power that actually fits him a lot is the legitimate source of power, the reward source of power, and the coercive source of power. You coerce people to do stuff, and he rewards people to get them motivated in doing something. And his power is extremely legitimate because of the office is old, either as the boss of his real estate empire or as the president of the United States of America. People have to listen to him because he holds legitimate power. Now, this power is extremely good for him. Now, the pros and cons of his style of leadership, being born with the trait of being a leader of a great man theory, and also as a transactional style of leadership. The problem with this is that they lack honest people that works with them. They really don't have people that works with them. Most of the people that works with them and advise them are kind of bootlickers. They have to do what he wants, and because if they don't do what he wants, he's going to fire them. He's going to sack them. They are going to lose their source of income. Uh, how many people want to lose their source of income? So they have to talk it to him so that he will be happy. But the advantages of this is that it's very efficient, the structure is stable, and it sticks to the structure, and it has a clear vision where it's going. Even if you look at his interview and even in his blue book, The Act of the Deal, he has a clear vision of where he's going and what he wants to achieve in everything that he does. Now, in conclusion, we could easily see that Donald Trump is a classic case of a transactional style of leadership, and it's also a classic case of a great man theory. He's just a classic case of a great man theory, a classic case of transactional style of leader. He rewards people that helps him, he punish people that comes against him, and he makes sure that everybody that works with him align with his vision. Now, he's a great communicator, and in everything that he does what he always make it prevalent that you have to align with him. In this self-reflection, I have been able to gain a lot of negotiation skills from learning about transactional style of leadership, and also I've been able to see multiple ways that people relate, interact, and does what and engage in everything that they do, because these have opened up my eyes to be able to resolve crisis, to be able to see that there are different ways of being a leader, transformation now type of leader on different ways. And also, thank you very much for joining me today, for being part of this presentation. We'll be happy to be with you next time. Thank you.